Hey guys, it's a good time for me to be back. Avengers Infinity War trailer dropped this morning. Stay tuned for my review. The Avengers Infinity War trailer dropped this morning. They teased it yesterday. That's what they're doing right now. Marvel is just teasing us with little bits and pieces, letting us know what epic craziness is going to happen in this movie. This trailer was amazing, had me jumping out of my bed when I first watched it this morning. So let's just jump right into what we see in this trailer. Alert, potential spoilers ahead. If you haven't seen Thor Ragnarok and things like that, you might want to skip over this video. If not, stay tuned. Here we go. So the trailer starts out with Nick Fury speaking his old speech that he gave in Avengers 1 when he was talking to Tony, talking about how the Avengers was made for a group of people to fight the battles that Earth could not fight on its own. Except for this time, instead of Nick Fury saying all of it, you have Iron Man saying part of it, Vision saying part of it, Thor saying part of it, Black Widow saying part of it. So each one gets their little kind of piece of this. We have a couple new shots. We have a shot of Thor, his back to everybody in his ship, or in what looks like the Guardians of the Galaxy ship. We have Scarlet Witch and Vision together. And Vision doesn't have his makeup on. He doesn't have anything. He just looks like Vision. So I don't know if there's like a flashback or a dream or something like that. It's just he doesn't have his typical green and red makeup on his face. So we get a glimpse of Hulk, who looks like he has fell through a house. We're going to get through that in a second. And we have Tony. He's on some planet. I can't really see where he is, or tell from what is happening where he is. So we have a lot of clips of these different heroes in different places, and they're just going through that little speech that Nick Fury gives. And then we cut to the Marvel logo, the new Marvel Studios theme, before we get into our next little bit of stuff. So then what we move into are a group of photos with, you have Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Wong, and Bruce Banner together. And then also there's a picture of Spider-Man on Peter Parker on a bus, looking like he's going to school or going on a field trip. This is all looking like it's taking place in New York, so I want to break down a little bit what's happening here. So at the end of Thor Ragnarok, what ends up happening is Thanos' ship comes, this is an end credit scene, Thanos' ship comes and confronts Thor's ship, which has Loki, Banner, Thor, Valkyrie on it. And what we saw actually in some footage at Comic-Con is what ends up happening is Thor actually gets thrown out of that ship and lands on the windshield of the Guardians of the Galaxy ship. So I'm assuming in this battle also what happens is Hulk gets thrown off of the ship, and what ends up happening is he actually lands in Earth, and what appears to be is he lands in the New York Sanctorum from Doctor Strange. He lands in the New York Sanctum, just taking a hole right through the top of it, and you see Doctor Strange and Wong above Bruce Banner, and Banner's like, I have no idea what's going on, I don't know what's happening. Then you also have Iron Man, who's apparently there with him all at this point, so they kind of group up. So while this is happening, the audio over it is Thanos just threatening the Avengers in some kind of way that we'll probably hear in the movie. But you have this scene where basically the what we would call the new Illuminati, which would be Wong, Doctor Strange, Banner, and Iron Man, looking to see this new threat that's happening in New York. You also at the same time have Peter Parker, Spider-Man, seeing the same threat in New York. You see his Spidey sense. We're finally seeing his Spidey sense. The hairs on his arms start going up. So he turns around and he sees this big ring in the sky. So this group of heroes, the Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Wong, Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk, and Iron Man are seeing this threat at the same time. So it looks like they're about to go confront this threat. So the next thing that they tease, and they tease this in Thor Ragnarok, there's a point in Thor Ragnarok where Loki is trying to help out Thor and Valkyrie and Hulk, and he ends up passing the Tesseract, which is being held in Asgard. He ends up passing the Tesseract, and he doesn't get it. He passes it and goes and back to help all the heroes. And so I've been wondering this whole time, based on the end of Thor Ragnarok, what is going to happen with Loki? What is he going to do? And we get a picture of Loki holding the Tesseract. So he has the Tesseract back. Again, it's a really quick picture, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Next, we finally see Thanos on Earth. He comes out of a circle portal that kind of looks just like a mini version of the portal that happened in Avengers, the original Avengers. So he comes out of there first. Doesn't have a helmet or anything on. He is just all purple. It's freaking awesome. It's a great pick. So it'll be interesting to see where that ends up playing in the movie and what happens at what part. I'm sure it'll probably be sometime in the middle, so we'll see what's going to happen there. Then the next thing that we see is Spider-Man on this ring. In his Iron Spider suit, I really hope that he has the legs that come out of this at some point. I really hope that the legs come out. So if you don't know about that is the original Iron Spider suit. I will show a picture here. Is red and gold, and it has these like spider legs that come out of it. So this Iron Spider suit that they're teasing right now doesn't really look like the same kind of thing, even though people have been calling it the Iron Spider suit. So it'll be interesting to see if that actually happens. I'll be really excited if it does. But Spider-Man is on this ring thing, and it looks like he's alone. It doesn't look like he has any help or anything like that, which is something Spidey would do because, you know, he's just gung-ho. He's like, I want to go help. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens with him at this point. Next, you have a picture of Thor. Thor is kind of pulling these two things together. I really have no context to see what's happening. It's kind of like the image of what Captain America was doing in Civil War when he was trying to hold on to the building and hold on to the helicopter all at the same time. So he's pulling towards him. I'm not sure what he's pulling, so it'll be interesting to see what is happening there. The next scene that you see is somebody throwing something at Captain America in the dark. Captain America dodges it. It looks like it's a spear, dodges it, catches it, then Black Panther's like, somebody get this man a shield. So these aren't the same scene, but they're just trying to say, hey, Cap's back. He's in full Nomad. So if you don't know what the Nomad is, at some point Cap decides that he's going to put down the shield and not be Captain America just because of specific values. This is a comic book thing. And he becomes the Nomad. So he has this Nomad look. He's not wearing the stars and stripes and things like that. He's got beard. He's got longer hair. So he comes out of shadows and he's all Nomaded up. So I'm really excited to see what he's going to do. And he has that look throughout the rest of this trailer as well. So then the next thing we do, we get a new glimpse of new Hulkbuster armor. So it's going to be curious as what they're going to do with that. It looks like this might be the initial battle that's happening with Thanos. Obviously, in this kind of particular type of thing, Tony's going to be like, I probably need my base gun, my strongest suit to take on a foe like this. So I'm assuming that's what's happening. I might be wrong there. That's just my speculation. So we'll see what happens there. So then the next thing that you have is you have a couple clips really quick, really fast. You have a clip of Black Widow who looks like she's in the middle of the fight. She's struggling a little bit. You have Doctor Strange doing some kind of sorcery with his hands up. Then you have what appears to be this big kind of triangle thing coming out of the sky that lands somewhere on Earth. We're not sure where. It could be Wakanda. It could be New York, somewhere just outside. We're not sure what's happening there. But there's a big triangle that lands. Then we have pictures of the battle in Wakanda with Captain America and Black Panther both going at what look kind of like Chitauri, but I don't think that they are actually Chitauri. There's some kind of minions of Thanos, so there's a big battle that looks like it's happening in Wakanda, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. I'm really hyped up for that. So then you have an interesting two scenes back to back, and these two scenes are interesting because it appears how they splice them together, which I doubt this is happening. It wouldn't really make any sense because I don't think Tony is going to go completely and totally rogue in this one. That would be really kind of awkward. But what appears to be what they splice these two things together is Tony's holding down Spider-Man for whatever reason. So they have this picture of somebody holding and pinning down Spider-Man, and then you have a picture next of Tony looking like he's pinning somebody down and looking over his shoulder. It doesn't really make sense though because the person holding down Spider-Man looks much bigger than Spider-Man, so Tony's really not that much bigger than Spider-Man. Heck, he is bigger, but he's not that much bigger. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I guarantee that's not actually what's happening. I don't guarantee, I can't guarantee it, but I bet you that's not actually what's happening. So then you have another editing kind of building things up here, and this one's a little bit deceiving because it looks like what's happening is that somebody's taking the Soul Stone out of Vision's head, the Yellow Stone out of Vision's head, and then Thanos is putting it in his gauntlet. But if you notice that when Thanos is putting a stone in his gauntlet, the stone is actually purple. It's actually not yellow, so it's not happening at the same time. So yes, Vision's going to get the stone ripped out of his head. We've all known that's going to happen because Thanos has to get that Infinity Gauntlet. He's trying to get all of the stones in there. So it's not the same image back and forth. That's not going to happen. It's not going to be Thanos rips it out of his head and then puts it in there. At least not those two scenes that they show. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out with Thanos getting the stone from Vision. I'm really curious to see what's going to happen there. And then next you have a picture of Thanos walking. He's got the Infinity Gauntlet hold up, and then he just punches Iron Man in the face and knocks him out. Like Iron Man just flops over like this was freaking MMA fight. He just gets destroyed. And then what you have is a couple more pictures of the scene in Wakanda, this battle in Wakanda. This battle in Wakanda looks like it's going to be probably one of the bigger, I guess, man-to-man combat fights that we have seen in the Marvel Universe. I don't think that we have seen this many fighters go at each other, and these are going to be the cast of characters that we're looking at right now from the clips. So it looks like you're going to have Thanos' minions army in Wakanda, and I'm not talking like a couple, I'm talking about hundreds, maybe 1,000, maybe more. And then you're going to have that against the Wakandans. So the Wakandans obviously are very, very capable fighters. We're going to see a lot of that in Black Panther come February, but they're very capable fighters, very capable martial artists. But along with the Wakandans, you're going to have the Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is in Wakanda. He's been frozen or kept dormant in Wakanda. You have Cap's in Wakanda there. You're going to have Banner. Banner apparently is now in Wakanda for this battle. You have Black Widow there. You have War Machine there. The Dora Milaje, that entire force that is basically Black Panther's basically bodyguards, but they are very, very capable fighters as well. So you have all of them there as a huge force, and basically we have a bunch of shots here of these armies charging at each other for this big epic battle. One of the biggest battles I think that we're going to have seen in the MCU so far. So I'm really excited for what's going on with this battle. Everybody looks like they are just going to be taking names and kicking butt. It's going to be awesome. So after that, we cut Avengers logo, boom, with the music. Everything's coming in and getting hyped here. And at this point, I was like, okay, there's going to be a little bit more. I know there's going to be a little more. They're going to show something. They're going to show something because there's stuff that there's missing. I know there's stuff that's missing. And so the last clip of the trailer, because you're like, wait, where are the Guardians? We haven't seen any Guardians yet. The last clip of the trailer is Thor in a ship looking at a bunch of people, and he's like, who the hell are you guys? And sure enough, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy, all of them there. Star-Lord, Drax, Mantis, Gamora, Rocket, and also Teenage Groot. I'm really excited for Teenage Groot. So we have all of them there. They're going to be in the movie as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. You know, we have a bunch of these cosmic characters being the Guardians and Thor working together. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen with that whole plot and whole storyline. I'm really excited. So that was the trailer. A couple things that I want to say here. A couple things that I noticed that were missing just simply because I know that they are in the movie. So I'm really excited to see what they are going to do with Ant-Man and Wasp. You didn't see any images of them in this trailer at all. So Wasp is going to be in the movie. It's going to be her first actual scene as the Wasp in the MCU. So it's going to be really interesting seeing what they do with that particular thing. We only got a little bit of a glimpse of War Machine. War Machine obviously still in here. We only got a glimpse of him in one shot. We didn't get a lot of Thor in this or the Guardians, so it'll be interesting, like I said, to see what's going on with those particular characters. We also didn't see images at all of Thanos's generals, because he has like these 3 or 4 generals that are going to be doing some of the dirty work here. So Thanos isn't going to be doing everything. So we didn't see images of them. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to fit in and when they're going to fit in. So all in all, I'm hyped. Like, I'm not as hyped as I was for the Black Panther trailer. Like, I really wasn't, just because Black Panther is one of my favorite heroes, and just seeing his standalone movie is something I'm so excited about. But this was close. There's so much in this. There's so much I want to see. There's so much just different stuff when it comes to comic book Easter eggs. Like, you could talk about the Easter eggs in this trailer for days, and when it comes to the movie, you're going to be able to talk about the Easter eggs for so long. So I'm super hyped about this. Kevin Feige, the people over at Marvel Studios the Russo brothers are doing an amazing job with this movie. It looks like it's going to be worth every dime. I will absolutely be there opening day for this movie. I'm so freaking excited to see what they do here. So let me know what you think down in the comments, what you liked about this trailer. What are you looking forward to? What Easter eggs did you see that I might have missed What are they teasing that you were super excited about? Let me know down in the comments. I'm gonna leave a link also to the trailer down in the description, so you'll be able to see that. Again, like, subscribe, hit that bell so you know when I'm gonna be posting new videos. I'm gonna be doing the Crisis on Earth X crossover event video here in the next couple hours. I'm also going to be doing some videos on Star Trek Discovery and the Orville, so those will be coming out in the next coming days, along with some other content that I have going on. So just stay tuned for that. Like I said, like and subscribe. And my name is Oscar Hampton. This is Boldly a Nerd. Later days.